What is happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's Sapiens? Just to explain something I always do. A lot has happened since my last episode on YouTube. This is a YouTube exclusive. A lot has happened in my life. I just got back from hospital. Was nothing to do with my neck. Much more serious. But I will be back streaming daily from today/tomorrow. Other than that, unfortunately, I also lost a bunch of video files. So much has happened in-game as well, which I think a lot of people will be excited about because the videos were lagging slightly behind because of when I filmed them. So a new update is out and I've done a lot of work. You guys will be really excited to see. So, without further ado, let's get into the game and see what I've done. And this is going to be amazing, I think, for people who have been watching. So let's start on this side. We have nearly finished this path brick path, tile path, brick tile path. As you see, this is actually a crazy enormous hill. It's actually too steep for the original load. So on some places it's 4. Yeah, like here, 29 to 24 meters. That was impossible in the previous recordings. So I'm not actually sure what's happened here in the world map. Did it change my world map on steep bits to make them steeper? Anyway, as you see, someone's caught the virus. But we will come up here. You guys are happy. Let's just make sure you get some food. Okay, no food for you. Sorry. But let's follow it a bit further along. There you go. Now they'll be happy. And this is going to be amazing. So, as we come up here and make sure these guys have some food, which they don't. All good. There is just this much missing from here to there. That's easily a day's work. I think we could probably finish that this episode. If not, like, sort of make sure that it gets done without having to look up on it again. So what have I done here? Absolutely nothing. Apart from when we get to the top. And this is going to be amazing for people who have been watching. First of all, the moat is done all the way around. And I have the first beginnings of my wall. And this wall pretty much goes all the way around. You'll see a hole here and there because for one I want to leave like some sort of entrance. I'll show you what I have planned for that in a second. Let me just check. I am recording. Yes, I am. Let's continue around. So my plan this whole time was to keep these kind of buildings. I don't know if this was already in the last episodes, but basically I built some buildings. I'm trying not to show too much. I built some buildings where people can sleep in kind of around the area so that they don't all have to run to that original base that I'd made at the top of the hill. So, as we come around here, so as I said, it's not completely done, this wall, and honestly it's not going to just be hanging like this. It will definitely have some wooden pillars of some sort, maybe some storage rooms, so I might actually make some into like kind of rooms underneath which is good. So this is now the area this is where my fortress will be, my little castle. Don't want to show too much. And already here we've found the other side of this wooden pathway. One nice touch I've done is that I've created the whole way around a mud path on the outside to help speed the Sapiens along. And then I've also so ideally they run up here actually, but that's never gonna really be the case, because they will always, I think, prioritize these kinds of roads over this. And also, why would they run up here? Like, once this is done, they're just gonna be running down there. Like, if they need to get from here to there, they're not gonna somehow go further out their way to come up here. Anyway, this was actually quite difficult. There were some things where, because of the way angles work and stuff, like this one is going angled uphill, there would actually be a gap here. So I've used the split logs here on the side to kind of cover the small little gap that did get created there. And also, wherever it did look a bit ugly, because of angles like this, because sometimes I really couldn't, because it's like kind of going down. So like this is still alright. Sometimes it was much worse. I would cover it with a split log, and I think as the look goes, I think it's actually really nice. You wouldn't even notice it, I don't think. Tell me if I'm wrong. It doesn't stand out, let's put it that way. Yes. This wall, I'm not too happy about. You can just look over if you're like, oh, I could climb up here. Maybe we do something about that. Maybe we just like lower this once. Maybe. We'll see. I do want to show one other thing here on the... Yeah, and then sometimes I didn't make this wall to the very bottom. So I did also do a split log at the bottom. From afar, you wouldn't notice it really. But yeah, that's obviously just a split log. So here we actually have another bridge. I'm sort of thinking of doing 4 of these total. And this is not a main entrance. The other one will be the main entrance. But this one's obviously, you need some sort of outpost here. So if we go in here, you can go up the stairs, and there's some beds here so that people can, make sure to look out to see if someone's invading. I just want to show one last thing on the wall, which is here I also did this split log technique because the terrain was so bad. I actually didn't want to terraform at all apart from the moat. So terraforming this other side, like I just said I'll do, is literally a first. So anything that didn't fit, I have fixed like this. So then this area carved off by this stone road, this will be where my farm will be. So it'll be all the crops that grow, everything edible. Speaking of edible, let's make sure that our lovely Sapiens don't go hungry. And as you can see, I've already started, maybe not perfectly, but already started kind of creating this area that I wanted, that I've previously shown on the... Everyone's catching the virus. Okay, I'll tell you a bit more about that in a bit as well. But yeah, I definitely want to separate different bushes, different trees as such over here, as I've done on the other area. Then I have 3 cool areas that I've sort of built. So first of all, there's this area. I'll just count this with it. This is a little compost area. So basically anything that's rotten will get sent here. If you look, it's only accepting rotten beetroots. I will actually have to create... I'm going to have to create some roots for this all to be possible, because they're not just going to do this automatically. So this is, as we can see here with this beautiful display of wheat, this is going to be where bread is made. That's why it's made out of brick, because there is fire here. I must admit, this is so beautiful and so perfect. I do need to... I was digging for some clay, so I will fill this in. Let's see. What height is this at? 329. Okay, yeah, that's fine. The rest is not fine. What's so beautiful about this is I really spent a long time angling so that it didn't look like something is like you wouldn't see this tile kind of through here. Like, as you can see, you only see very slightly those tiles, but I didn't want it to be so obvious. Here you see there's a slight dip. I might try and change that, but this was the hardest. There is this last square. This is a square, and it obviously goes underneath here, and I angled it so perfectly. Yeah, once again, there's a slight like mini step, but it's angled so perfectly that it cuts off right by where the wall will be. So this will look really nice when it's built, and we're in the process of building it. I have separated everything here. I've done, look, there's wheat, so not rotten wheat. This one's also wheat. Let's not get lost. Then it goes over to here, and this is kind of the same tactic I was using on this on my first base. So there'll be fired urns here. There'll be hulled wheat urns in this 4x4. There's hulled wheat, then there's flour. I believe this one will be... Oh my god, I can't see these. It's a bit frustrating. So flour, and the last one is bread dough. Yeah, and we're making sure already here to separate bread dough from rotten bread dough. And as I said, I will make a route collecting any rotten bread dough from here and bringing it to whichever one is the rotten bread dough. I've got pretty much everything: chicken carcasses, rotten. Yeah, there you go. So then if something does rot, hopefully Sapiens bring it to my little compost area. My plan for this is, so this is kind of all the storage area. It will go upstairs, and then upstairs there'll be a cooking area, and I'm going to try and make some sort of thing that looks like a chimney, and possibly something that looks like a windmill kind of on the building. I don't know how difficult that would be, because obviously I have to make sure the Sapiens can actually build it. But that's the one of the 3 buildings. The other 2 buildings won't take so much time. Starting from here, very simple. If we look at what is here, so this is everything that is made from clay, whether it's urns, bricks, and whatnot. All this stuff, are they made from clay? Or there's there's sand, like yeah, is the answer. This is all the kind of raw version, which is why the building is different as well. And on the other side, this is all the cooked stuff. So here you're gonna have the fired urns. Well, apparently these are unfired, but they will get cooked in here. And then there's like sort of a little shop area here where everything should have its place. Urns, tiles, apparently more tiles. Apparently I've done a lot of tiles. Oh, yeah. I actually haven't because it's only on the back. Yeah. So that's that. I also was trying to create some sort of chimney thing here. I still haven't gotten around to that. And with that, I can press play. How crazy is that? Look how much is done. The moat. It is done. As for the new update, we have not done anything. That's why everyone's catching the virus. Everyone's catching everything. No longer hungry. That's great. Well, where are you coming from? I guess they took the last pieces. Yeah, how exciting, huh? So much has been done. And I also actually extended this. It used to just be a single hut. I'm not even sure if this was in the last video. I think it was. And I've extended it so that not only is it an interesting shape on this side, like clearly not square, but because of this stone road that we have going all the way to the end, I wanted it to kind of be flush with that. So originally I built this house, and that's what I'm trying to do, is not delete houses. Like, as I say that, I might delete this, but only to move it over here. So basically I want to show some form of old houses with thatch roofs and stuff, and then I want to show some wooden houses, wooden structures, and also some brick structures later on maybe. So it'll all kind of be a bit everywhere. But in order to build this, I did indeed need them to do some weird ass climbing. But yeah, I actually like how this turned out. Because of the angle, I had kind of this overhang. I've done like some not ideal patchwork, but like even this is like slanted, so I really put a lot of effort into building that. Even got a little like branch here to kind of block the fact that you could see through. But yeah, as you can see, it's not perfectly square, and I had to make that look more realistic with this log that holds up the roof. I think that's quite nice. Yeah, I will just get on to things. The way we will continue for the future, so I definitely need more pine, because it's kind of, I definitely want every tree here, at least all the trees that I can get, but for now pine is the most important, because I need to finish building the wall. But the plan is that while there is food on this side, this will be the kind of the food area in terms of growable food. I do want out this exit, wherever the exit will be, here. And maybe I guess there's also an exit here. I can edit these exits obviously if I want to, but my plan is to kind of have a forest, but a forest of every tree. So I really want to have, 50 trees of every tree, so that I can, I just have everything. So I have the branches, so I have the logs. That's my plan. I don't know how much space I'll need for that, but I do think that the space I have as of now. Oh, come on, fit. No, oh, that definitely did fit. I think the space I have now, everyone's catching the virus, is enough. I just need to kind of figure out how much space I need. Because, I mean, I have endless space, technically. This is not the funnest part of the game, but it's a mandatory part of the game. Planting trees is very important for survival, not only for building materials, but obviously for simple things like fire. If you just want the branches, or I have heard somewhere it's better to just do the logs if you can, because it's one log to light a fire, whereas it's like 4 branches. I could be wrong with that number. I didn't program it and I don't look into the code like a lot of the people in the community do. But if you do know, do tell me, leave me a small comment, I'd appreciate that. How many branches is needed for a fireplace? I could just watch, but I don't think that makes amazing TV. So we will skip that for today. Planting trees, however, makes fantastic TV. No, it really doesn't. So I will also give you a small update on the amount of people I have, and this will be hopefully impressive. 71. So I think since the last episode we have around about 20 more people. Closing in on, I'm not going to say max, but it's definitely 90 is kind of a number that one talks about, and if everyone's happy it can go higher, but honestly my people aren't that happy. Also, even in this building I've created a little add-on room, and this is because of the newest update. I'm not mixing cooked meat with raw meat, so this is actually my raw meat room. So there's chicken, mammoth meat, alpaca meat, chicken and chicken meat, sorry. Alpaca meat doesn't need, and I think alpacas are just outside, but they get crushed anyway, and turned into cookable meat very quickly. So I've not played this for a few days, probably 2 weeks actually. So I just want to get my bearings, make sure that they're cooking meat that we have. Yes, I see that our food is getting low, so we want to make sure. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's okay. We want to make sure to get some more meat before we start doing some building projects, at least to cure it up. Oh, and that's just flax. And regarding the ailments, I have nothing. So that's why everyone's catching the virus, that's why everyone's getting sick, everyone's getting burned, everyone's getting hurt, and I can't do nothing about it. So, it's also quite exhausting to talk, but I will power through. So what happened to me? There you go. Is I had a small accident. I fell on like a... Oh my god, there's a lot of beautiful... Hey! Weird. Really weird. It didn't let me do them all at once. Where was I? Mammoth meat? Okay, so maybe I don't need as much meat as I thought I did. But let's make sure it goes to the right place. Good. Good. Yeah. Oh, there's another one here. So I do think it's important, actually. What? Is that the one I just did? Am I being stupid? Yeah, that's the one I just did. Oh, and there's even some little carcasses here. So let's get them over to, I think it's here. There you go. But yeah, I'm really excited with... What? Beetroots? Can you cook beetroots now? Wow, so maybe there's been an update even since I last played. Which could be because I was in hospital, as I said. All these people. Major burn. Exhausted. Minor virus. Oh, you've got everything. Let's try and help you out. Okay, so you're not close to any foods. That's why you're hungry. I want to put you over here in our proper house for resting purposes. Hope you make it there before nightfall. From this house, there definitely needs to be some sort of road going here. What I was thinking, this will be the house. So this is the center between the end here and the end here. There's going to be one road going over here to the castle. Maybe not from here, maybe like from here, because there might be another building here. But I do want some sort of town hall building on this side. I think mainly on this side there'll be quite a bit of residential, and yeah, opposite the fields. So on this side I did actually want to have this like my healing quarter, so there'll be some plants growing here as well again, the turmeric and all that. But let's get into... okay, so it's just medicine that I don't have. Brick building. Do we need pine cones? Okay, let's get pine cones then in the morning. All good. So yeah, what happened? I fell. I hit my rib against something. Against a piece of metal. Sorry, I'm just really trying to focus. So one thing also on this side, if I do too close on this side, it actually connects to the mud wall over here, the mud path over here. So I do try and make sure that it doesn't connect like here. Me hitting that pole initially just seemed like a damaged... I'm gonna have to move all this. Initially just seemed like a bit of damaged rib / bruised rib. Come on. Come on, I don't want... There you go. But what also happened, unfortunately, I tore my spleen, or well, it burst at least. That's not good. Your spleen is needed to help you fight bacteria, and I think it's mainly bacteria actually. It helps your immune system basically, and they had to operate it out. So at least for the next 2 weeks I'll be quite immune. My immune system, or I won't say my whole immune system, but slightly weaker against bacteria. So that spleen is mainly bacterial, is from what the doctors sort of explained. I could be wrong, wasn't fully listening. But I just need some vaccinations, and my spleen will grow back. No, you can pretty much lose the spleen, and vaccinations will kind of counteract the benefit of having a spleen, because it will just, give you some boost against certain bacterial stuff, diseases, whatever you can get. And they're mainly diseases that old people get. So usually it's older people that get this. Let's make sure we play this. Usually it's older people that get this, these vaccine shots, and now I just have to get them. So I'm not too worried. I obviously have to take it easy for a bit, and let's continue this. We've not done this for a long time. If you've not seen this, welcome to what was my clay mine. It started off kind of just here, and then as I uncovered the layers, it just kind of went further and further in. Like it's quite a ditch already. So because 244, 245, 248, just do that on the outside. There you go. So I did say we'll finish this episode, but the episode is pretty much already done with me explaining everything I've been working on. But let's make that our goal, that we at least finalize the setup. There's a lot of people being lazy. Why are they being lazy? I need to figure out where things are. So let's get these two tiles onto Is there one that's just for tiles? No. Did you get sick too? You're hungry? Didn't I just feed you guys? Guess not enough. Good, so they're at least doing a bit. Are you running to get? You're running up there to gather apples? No. Okay. I will accept it. Lipu. I've also officially stopped naming new people the hill name. Why? Because I can. There's no need for me to name them hill if the majority of them will be up the hill. Just no need for that. So, good. These guys are transferring. So the reason why there's random tiles everywhere is because obviously when they go to sleep, they then just drop it, and then later, if it's not continued, if the routes aren't continued, which I'm not sure if they automatically are. One of these was tiles though, wasn't it? No. If the routes are not continued, they obviously just place them in a storage. So pretty much in every one of these areas, there's just a random like pile that's not part of a route. And I think fixing that is my main thing. This one must be part of a route. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to send some people over here to, you know, continue this route. I couldn't quite tell if that was, if it's getting blocked because it meant this one, or if it was just on this one. So for now I'm just going to remove all these small rocks. I think that will help us. You hungry? Ah, you're missing people. As you can see, I'm not doing much people management. Oh, and it looks like, yep, I'm too far from the tribe. I can't even get back to where I started. I did want to send someone there. Oh, that means I can't pick a lot of this stuff up. Ooh. Okay. This is the one I just looked at. So I will send all these lazy people at the top. Once they've stopped gathering food, I'll send them to the very other end. They definitely won't be happy about this, but tough shit. I'm going to do this guy because he's a bit further away from the rest. I should be able to get everyone else in one go. And here we go. I'll let this last person and send the rest on their merry way. Good. There's lots of food here at the end, which is all going bad. Yeah, that's really not too good. just to give it a roof. Oh. Yeah, so what they did to remove the spleen, they cut into my stomach. Coughing is not comfortable. And they cut straight through my abs. It's funny, all these trees that I like, the peach tree, planting them all here because at the time the tiling was going really slow, but then all of a sudden, like, I don't even think these ones have gotten any fruit. These ones have. But yeah, like, they just tiled so quickly and now it's just there. It's so close. Whoopa. Let's do some management of people. So what? Oh, that's funny. There was someone else that was unhappy. Is that because you're sick? What's the matter? If I can find the door. Ooh, the virus. So we've got a lot of people planting. That's good. And we should have a lot of split logs here. That's great. And a lot of normal ones here. Maybe we can build a bit more of this today. This was a beautiful creation of mine. This is the first time I figured you can make these pillars go down. And oh, why doesn't it match up? It should. It really should. Maybe I get rid of that. But yeah, even this, I had like a wall and a wall on that side, just because obviously you don't always want this ugly interior side of the wall. I did want this to kind of look like a entrance, but also to kind of still blend in from this side. Currently we've got nothing with the wheat, but the wheat will be here in a section right outside, obviously where it's gonna get processed. And you'll see now how easy or difficult it is to make this. So obviously sometimes it's easy, but then I'm just putting that there. So I've been very like pedantic about how much I'm allowed to have a step. Let's see if I have been pedantic. I think that is less. And to think that, yeah, the underside does look like this, but look how beautiful this upper side looks in comparison. Like, there's nothing sticking out on the top. That's the most important when you're building something. Here as well, very difficult to go downhill and turn. So I've got like a small bit sticking out the top, but several times. Here as well. But in the grand scheme of things, when you're on it, you don't notice it. Or apparently you notice it there slightly. But yeah, you don't notice it much. So let's have a look at this. There's this, because we can just go down very slightly. Oopa, that was too much. It looks like I cannot improve. I think that is actually an improve. Settlement. There you go. So one thing I noticed as well, you want to make sure to differentiate between putting it on here. If you have your cursor on this part, then it's going to be at the same angle as the last tile, the log floor. But if you put it on here, it's going to be at the angle of the wall, perpendicular to it at least, which matters in places like here, because probably if I were to have it here, you see here it starts to come up, and we don't want that. That looks ugly. So we will make sure to put it on this side, not on that side. You see the difference? Yeah. But always when the when it changes like that, I do have a slightly closer look. So to fix this, we go up 1, up 1, 2, up. So this, for example, I wouldn't allow as nice, because then you see the wood coming out on the other side. So I will go down 1. That is acceptable, I believe. Whenever it goes up like this, from like going down into going kind of straight or up, it's completely fine, because any excess will just be on the bottom. You only really have to watch out for bits like this where it goes down, where here I will angle it down slightly more, just one bit, because to get a kind of smooth transition, you want to start angling down just before. Okay. For now, I'm happy with that. As you can see here, just to kind of on one side, here I will fill it up with a split log. To kind of cover this, but obviously I couldn't just have it like this. There was a big gap, and I didn't want like things to be able to go through there, so I did end up just creating 2 on the inside, but it will definitely not be visible later. Maybe here I just put a little wall, you don't notice it. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, hope you enjoyed my return, and I hope you enjoyed all the progress I have made. If you do think you like Sapiens, which is this game, please do consider supporting me. Subscribe goes a long way. Like, follow, whatever you do here on YouTube, or I do also stream on Twitch. Yeah, I do stream weekly, and I do uploads on YouTube every day. And I hope I start to get better soon. So have a great day, guys and girls.